Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Tech, and thank you for tuning in. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to buy a new smart TV, or making an older TV smarter, and the free TV apps for all the viewing that you can possibly want. Hey Cheryl, how's it going?
Well, it's a little hot, but it's okay.
All right, well, we have just those few great months here, where there's no May gray, no June gloom, and, but so we take it while we can get it.
Right.
At least it's not as hot here as it is where I'm at, so. But I could be floating in the pool right now, but I'm with you, and I'm happy to be with you.
And I'm happy to be with you, too.
All right.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Sure.
We're going to be buying a new TV soon. With all the possible changes and new technology, I need your advice on shopping and buying one.
You are not the first person to ask this question, so that's why I'm glad you brought it to the show, because I think a lot of people will be interested in the answer. But yes, I think that the choices are pretty overwhelming, but let me give you some ideas of how to narrow it down.
Please.
Kind of understand what you might want to look for.
Thank you.
And I think you'll feel a lot better. And the good news is the cost of a new smart TV is very reasonable now, particularly if you watch sales at the big box stores. The price of a decent quality 55-inch 4K smart TV could be found for around $500, and that's a great TV. But even a bigger one would be about $1,000. Bigger sizes can actually add better resolution, but will also add to your cost. It's funny because we thought we were living the high life back in the day with a 32-inch TV, or even way back with the first color TV and a giant console. To make your shopping more manageable, though, just focus on a few technical standards when you're shopping, and not every single bell and whistle. To start, it may seem daunting to buy a new TV with a bunch of acronyms like OLED, QLED, LCD, 4K, 8K, HDR, and more. So let me explain that a little bit. OLED uses organic light-emitting diodes. Each pixel produces its own light, allowing for perfect black and high contrast. QLED uses quantum dots, enhancing LCD technology, and offers bright, vivid colors and good energy efficiency. LCD uses liquid crystals and a backlight. Generally, LCD is more affordable, but it has lower contrast and viewing angles compared to the others. So in general, if you can afford OLED, that's the best option for older adults with wide viewing angles, high contrast, reduced eye strain, and sharp motion. QLED would come in next, and then LCD. For resolution, this is the number of pixels on your screen. Today the standard is 4K, which is 4 times the resolution of an HD TV, which was the previous standard. So it's a significant improvement right out of the box. While 8K is on the distant horizon, paying for that now is not recommended, and even a lot of things are still not broadcast in 4K. You should also look for HDR, which is high dynamic range that offers more vivid color and detail to the image. And don't overlook something called the refresh rate. A higher rate means smoother motion, especially important for sports and action movies. And the TV's operating system is crucial. Smart TVs are internet ready, but make sure it's user-friendly and supports the apps you use most. TVs with Roku or the Google Play Store built in are readily available, and you can add a lot of additional apps such as foreign language channels, news stations from all over the world, and a lot more. Also, check the connectivity options. Multiple HDMI ports and a Wi-Fi connection are essential in today's connected home. Consider the audio quality though too. While you can always add external speakers, good built-in sound is a big plus, and it means you don't have to pay for extra speakers. But I also suggest that we should add a sound bar, usually around $100, to enrich the quality and enjoyment of your viewing experience. So when you consider the remote, this is important. You should look at the interface. Does it seem clear and understandable? Does it offer voice interaction? Those particularly notable features are for your ease of use and avoiding your frustration. Remember, channel numbers are outdated when you're using streaming. You choose channels by visual apps on the screen. Having voice capability in a remote is something I feel is essential. It will look for things, find the channel, makes life easier. Brand reputation does count. Look for manufacturers known for reliability and good customer support. But sometimes there are really good sales on lesser known manufacturers, and those could be just as good. Big box stores usually have good return policies or options to buy insurance and coverage. We may have kept our TVs for 20 years in the past, but with the way technology changes now, 5 years is actually reasonable. By keeping these points in mind, you'll be well equipped to choose a smart TV that enhances your viewing experiences for years to come. So I hope this helps you with thinking through the process of going and finding that new TV. And in my next segment, I'm going to speak to adding third-party device to existing smart TVs for those who may not want to buy a new TV quite yet. So if you need me to go shopping with you,
I think I might.
I will be happy to help. But I think it's just, I think when you get out there and you know have knowledge now of what to look for, right? So I think you'll be fine, but you can always
I'm keeping my cell phone with me.
It's no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl. See you soon.
Ready to hear the good news? From teaching others how to use their iPhone at the Mac Club or volunteering at the History Center, our community saves thousands of dollars. And there's more. The special volunteer luncheon happens because of sponsors. Recently, it was Memorial Care, Ivy Living, and Freedom Village that stepped up to help offset the cost. These are just a few of the many good things that happen in your community. Help be a part of it and volunteer today.
So earlier we talked about streaming, but how do you elevate smart TV or make your TV smarter? To begin with, I want to talk about something that can make a significant difference in our daily lives. That's how we watch TV or content. In the ever-evolving landscape of home entertainment, the way we consume this content has dramatically transformed. Traditional cable is steadily being replaced by streaming services, which offer a buffet of on-demand shows, movies, and live TV. Many of the newest TVs come with a lot of these apps already installed, but if you have a slightly older smart TV and you still want every possible option at the click of a button, you can install a third-party device like Roku or Google Chromecast or Amazon Fire Stick, and you can literally have it all. So whether you're a streaming novice or a seasoned binge watcher, adding a device to your smart TV can significantly enhance your viewing experience. Let's dive into what makes using a third-party device, in addition to your home entertainment setup, something you might want to consider. I do want to mention again that a lot of the functionality of a third-party device like these Rokus come already built in the newest models of smart TVs. Today I'm focusing on Roku, but remember that all of these devices are very similar in how they function. And the beauty of these devices is their simplicity and versatility. They provide you an extensive library of channels and apps that cater to everyone's diverse viewing preferences. For example, Roku offers access to thousands of channels, including popular services like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and Max. Additionally, it features channels such as the Roku channel, Crackle, and Pluto TV, and Tubi, which offer a wide variety of movies and TV shows at no cost. Personally, this is one of the most important features that comes with Roku: free content. I recently started watching Tubi, which is an app, and I'm watching all this great content, and it even replays a lot of the live TV shows. So one of my own TVs has Roku built in already, which is super great. I'll be talking about Tubi and other free channels in an upcoming episode, but I really like them. Roku's interface is designed for ease of use, so it makes it accessible for even people who aren't tech savvy. The home screen is customizable. It allows you to organize your channels for quick access, so I just move them around. The intuitive menu system ensures that you can navigate through the device effortlessly. One of the Roku standout features is its universal search function. This tool allows you to search for movies, TVs, shows, actors, directors across all the channels and all the services that you have installed. It shows you where content's available, at what price, and it helps you find the best option. Modern Roku devices come equipped with that voice control capability I spoke of, and Amazon and the others have that too. You can use the remote or the compatible smart speakers like an Amazon Echo or a Google Home to search for content, launch the channels, or even control a playback with just simple voice commands. It offers private listening features and is perfect for late night viewing, or you can plug in headphones, or you can use their mobile app, or you can listen to your TV's audio privately without disturbing others in your household. The Roku mobile app, you can put it on your iPhone or an Android, and it really enhances the streaming experience. It functions as an extra remote, so it allows you to still do that voice search, and it supports private listening. Additionally, you can cast things on your phone and your videos from your smartphone to your TV. And Roku automatically updates their software, so you never have to worry about having the latest features and security improvements without the hassle of those manual updates. It's compatible with Android and iOS devices, so it is a versatile addition to any home. And whether you're Apple or an Android, Roku will fit seamlessly into your setup. So you might wonder why you might even want to add Roku to an already smart TV, and why you might even need it too. So I've already told you that most smart TVs come with built-in apps, but sometimes they have limited options compared to what you can get on a third-party device like the Roku. So adding that broadens your content horizons, gives you access to niche streaming services and international channels that might not be available in the App Store for your smart TV. Smart TV interfaces can vary significantly between brands and models, sometimes leading to a fragmented experience and making it more frustrating. Roku can provide a consistent, user-friendly interface across all devices, making it easy for you to navigate and find your favorite content. I have a small no-name smart TV, and the interface was really challenging, and I ended up not even using it anymore. In my opinion, interfaces are the most important feature that you should consider after an easy-to-use voice-controlled remote. Smart TVs can also be a little bit slow receiving updates, and that could be an outdated app and maybe even security vulnerabilities. Third-party devices receive frequent updates, and so that ensures that you have access to the latest features and keeps you in a secure streaming environment. Some smart TVs, especially the older models, have really slow processors and a limited memory, and that could also result in poor performance. So these add-on devices are optimized for streaming. They offer faster load times, smoother playback, and upgrading your smart TV to the latest model can be expensive, and although TV pricing at big box stores is really low for some models, you might just not have the budget yet. So adding these third-party devices is much more affordable and a cost-effective way to significantly enhance those TV's capabilities without breaking your bank. So I'm telling you now to integrate a Roku or other smart device that if you really want that ultimate home entertainment experience, having all the content, seamless interface, advanced features that elevate your viewing pleasure. And when you consider alternatives to Roku, similar competitors are in the streaming device market, and they offer pretty much the same capabilities and features. So it's a strong contender, but it's not the only streaming device, but it does have a really user-friendly interface, a good extensive channel selection, and it's affordable. So they all bring their own strengths. Amazon Fire TV integrates Alexa and Prime, so if those are important to you, that might be a good option. Google Chromecast offers a unique casting experience. Apple TV excels in the Apple ecosystem. And even things like NVIDIA caters to gamers. Chromecast works really well with Google TV, and it has a refined interface. And TiVo even offers a streaming device. So it's up to you what you buy, but make sure you have those functions that I mentioned to you that are important to you if you're going to add a third-party device at all.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We follow the mantra, when family can't be there, we can. We started our business almost 30 years ago because we realized that seniors in these situations still need loving care. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back. This is a gentleman. His name is Scott Lien that I discovered when I was looking at a product called GrandPad. And, you know, I like to keep everybody up to date on all the technology that's out there. So I got a hold of Scott, and here he is. So thanks for joining me, Scott.
Great to be with you, Debbie.
So, I had heard about GrandPad a little while back, and then I sort of forgot about it. And then recently somebody brought it to my attention again. So why did you come up with this product?
Yeah, like a lot of entrepreneurs, it was a personal challenge we were facing in our own family. And it's about 11 years ago now when my mom, who was in her 80s at the time, said to me and my son, who was a freshman in college, and we're both tech guys, product designers. I was working in Silicon Valley at the time, and my mom said, and think 11 years ago, that's when iPhones and smartphones really got.
Right.
She said, Scott, why can't you and Isaac design one of these that was built for us older people that are in our 80s and 90s? She said, I get so frustrated with this thing. Everything's too small and it's just confusing. And the people that design GrandPad are our grand advisors. They're all in their 80s, 90s, and 100s. We maintain a group of 10 people, and they design the product, and me and my team, we're the hands that builds the product that they want. They design it, we build it, and that's why it works perfectly. And I'd say right at the beginning, the average age of our GrandPad tablet user is 85, average. And
that was just good. What I was going to say was, not only that, but let's tell the audience exactly what GrandPad is so they understand. I mean, obviously the name kind of implies that it's a pad of some type. So let's if you can tell them what it is.
Yeah, so it's an 8-inch tablet, so it's kind of like an iPad mini size. We found kind of the Goldilocks principle, not too big, not too small, just right. So everything is designed for exactly what a 80 or 90-year-old would want. Buttons are a little bit bigger, easier to see. Everything's simple and clear. No passwords, if you can imagine. We figured out a secure way to do that. But probably the data connectivity is included, just like your cell phone. So you're always connected. You don't have to fool around with Wi-Fi passwords. You can connect to Wi-Fi if you want, but you don't have to. And probably the best thing is 24/7 by 365 customer care. Big red help button on GrandPad. Anytime you need help about anything, we're right there. It's all my staff, US based. And so we're all about reconnecting the family. When I grew up, my 99-year-old grandmother, she was the matriarch of the family, and we all lived close to each other. And this is before cell phones and whatnot. And we were always in communication. Sadly, we've seen technology and social media kind of cause that to drift apart. So we're about connecting the family and putting the seniors back in the center of the family the way it was when I was growing up. And so the kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, they use our free companion app on their iPhone, and then they can connect and share photos. So it's that private network or walled garden that keeps families connected. It has things like, it is a phone calling, video calling, sharing of pictures, games. So you can play games with the grandkids,
Okay.
California, the grandkids are in Chicago. You can play. So it's all the key apps that me as a super senior, someone over the age of 75 wants.
Right. And that's true. The whole family dynamic, people live far apart and, of course, the COVID era actually, brought a lot of change to all of the technology. So, I think a lot of seniors, were forced into, that they had to use technology, whether they really wanted to or not, if they wanted to, have that connectivity with the world. So, what makes yours different and why, what features have you built in that really differentiate you?
Yeah, first, ours was designed from the ground up for people in their 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s. Our oldest user so far was 116. People of that age group love it because everything is natural for them, including the packaging. It's easy to get out of the box. We all go to the store and you buy stuff in that plastic clamshell. You got to have a knife and a hammer to get it out, and you're frustrated right away. No passwords, but we're extremely secure and happy to share more about how that works. The built-in wireless or 4G LTE data connectivity, and that's all included. So you don't have to worry about, well, do I have Verizon and how much is that going to cost and so on. But that 24/7 customer care. But probably the biggest thing is that privacy. We call it a walled garden or circle of trust. So you're inviting in your family members that you want to be able to communicate with you, kids, grandkids, great grandkids, neighbor, pastor, whoever. Those are the people that are invited in. So sadly, if you post something on Facebook, who knows who's going to see it? It's
Right.
available by default. It's available to the whole world, including the bad guys. On GrandPad, you've got a great camera. You share and post pictures. You're in Hawaii. Only the family sees that.
Only
So
people.
right? And so take, other things that are private. Maybe someone in the family just had a baby and we're in the
Right.
hospital, and it's not, it's a private family moment. It's not something you want the whole world to see. That's what we're all about.
Right.
So there's really a lot of very unique, distinctive features. But the biggest is we have lots of people say, I'm 85, I have macular degeneration. I know how to use an iPhone or an iPad, but my eyesight doesn't let me do it anymore. Everything's too small. They switch over to GrandPad, things are big and easy, and they go, I love it. I'm
Yeah.
reconnected, I'm in touch, and I can stay connected to everybody. So, as we age, physical or cognitive impairments affect all of us, and we've taken all that into account and designed something explicitly for this
Or that.
awesome age group.
That's good because, when you mentioned that my aunt has macular degeneration and
Yeah, everything.
so,
We actually have a big magnifying app, magnifier glass app built in. But take another one. Hearing issues affect about 50% of this age group. I'm 59 and it's already affecting me. So sadly, a lot of devices, they just don't have big speakers and you're trying to fool around, get headphones in. GrandPad has built-in front-facing speakers, these huge
oh,
speakers,
good.
sound channel. We actually tuned the sound to the hearing of the average 80-year-old person. So you can hear it, whether that's a video call with your doctor, telehealth, or a video call with your new grandchild or kids. Another one, you asked about differentiator is, if you got to plug in your iPhone or iPad, you got that little cable, and maybe I'm 90 and have my grandma had very severe tremors. It was hard for her to plug things in. We're the only wireless docking station. So you set it on the docking station and you just set it there, it charges. So it just makes it really easy. We've just taken into account all of those things.
And does the charge last a fairly long time?
It does, more than a day. We say, hey, when you go to bed at night, just put the GrandPad in its cradle and it will sleep and rest like you do. And you get up in the morning, it's good for another day.
Pick it right up. Oh, well, that's really great. Well, I like the security aspect of it because that's one of the things, I always do here is I do talk a lot about, keeping safe, keeping everybody secure and, online today, that does concern people. So the fact that, I want to talk a little bit about the walled garden scenario, that is a tech term, the walled garden, when you're setting up networking. And what that means though, is the person can just pick their people and put them into their garden, and there's a wall around it or a moat, whatever you want to consider it, but you kind of, it's your firewall. like I talk often about people being human firewalls. Well, with the GrandPad, that you have that created for them where they already have that built-in firewall when they do go out and interact with society, so to speak, but they pick who's in that group.
That's right.
And so they don't have to worry about that scam artist or whatever getting on there with them.
That's exactly right. You know, sadly, we all get so many scam phone calls, whether it's on our cell phone or our landline or scammers via email. I just got one a few minutes ago, and we see people say, you know, I never answer my landline because it's always a scammer, spammer, salesperson, whatever.
Right.
GrandPad rings, I answer it 100% of the time because I know it's probably my grandkids or someone calling me who I trust.
So you brought me to a question about that. So you set up your group, your walled garden. Can you call out on it to a number though?
You can, yeah. It's a full phone inbound and outbound calling. It has a regular phone number. So you can call anyone, including 911 and so on. But
Okay.
when the bad guys are trying to call you, that's where they're blocked and
They're cut off. Yeah,
come.
because you know, landlines, sadly, they're getting a landline now is next to impossible if you don't already have one.
Well, and I would just say from a safety standpoint, because we see this, we have GrandPads, thousands deployed all across the country. Whenever there's like a big hurricane or something in Florida where people lose power, and a lot of people don't realize, like I'm old enough, I can remember like landlines used to always work, even if the electricity, not like it was the old dial up. I lived in the country, like, hello, Clara. Now, if you lose power, because most landlines require electricity now, and they actually require an internet connection.
Right.
Hurricanes or storms, you have no connection on landline. So you need a cellular. GrandPad is a cellular data connection. It has a battery built in with long life. So, and you can use it as your full phone, inbound, outbound, 911. It has radio, AM, FM radio streaming. So you need weather alerts. You can listen to the radio.
Oh, that's good.
What's really important from a safety standpoint.
I like that. I like that. Well, Scott, this sounds like a great product. And, you know, for a lot of my audience, that is in that age group that would be interested. And we'll put up some information at the end of the show if people are interested in learning more or trying it out or whatever. So I really appreciate it. I know you have a very busy schedule, so I'm so happy that you could have had the time today to join me on the show. And I really thank you.
No, thanks for having me on, Debbie. Anytime, and you know, feel free to call us. Our 800 number. We answer the phone 24/7. We'd love to chat with you and answer.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you, Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for watching today. I hope that you learned a lot about this buying a smart TV, or maybe decided that you want to go get a third-party device. But remember, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is always available on the screen. And I just want to thank you again for tuning in. Remember, think before you click and be kind when posting online. And thanks for watching.